はい、HataQです。キングダムズ・オブ・アマラー、続きをやっていきましょう。どこだ？いたな。でかすぎて見落としてた。いいおとりだったよ、君。なんだよ、これ開かないの？そうか、城が違うから鍵も違うか。なんだ、めんどくせえな。また開けに来なきゃいけないのか。いや、待てよ。2つ目が開かないっていう保証はねえな。いや、だとは思うけど。だとは思うけどさ。もしかしたらこいつが鍵持ってるやつが中にいたりとか、そういう変なオチがあるかと思ったんだけど、ないか。ここは別に宝箱があるわけではない。こっちにあった。はい、ゲット。で、そろそろまた敵出てくるかな。どうだろうね。一応呼んどくか。宝箱ない。最後。なぜ戻った？硬いね、本当に。さあ、こいつ。なんだ、君戦う気ないの？でだ。ぐるっと見渡す限りこの両方全部開かないかな。開くんだ。ここ開くんだ。ただ木箱を壊して気持ちいいだけなのか。特に何にもないよね。次行こうか。ここも何もない。ここも何？別になんかあるわけじゃないの？話もなんかあるか？特にないね。じゃあもう行くしかないってことね。じゃあ行きましょう。こっち側にもなんかある？突き当たりが外れ道。やれるならやっちゃいたいけどな。ね、俺ターゲットにしてるか？首やべえ。首ふにゅふにゅになってた。あと宝これか。よし、オッケー。外れ道とは言いつつもなんかヘビーだよね、敵が。じゃあこの後そうか、さらにぐるっと回ってくんのか。すげえ戦いになるな。で、ここで脇道の部屋一つ。行かないわけにはいかない。軽くこれで一匹やった。 他はまだいるね。でまず一つがここか。お宝部屋。まあ全然出ねえな。でもう一つのお宝部屋、まあ期待値は低いよね。ていうかそれすらない。おおマジか。でやっと本堂に戻ると。さあ休んでるうちにガンガン削りに行こうぜ。出ないのかい。これはなんかあった。一応もらっとこう。これは何だろう。この能力もさ、何がプラスになってんかが全然わかんないんだよね。この名前もいいんだけどさ、なんとかなんとかがプラスになってますみたいなさ、情報が欲しいんだよね。当然ご存知のみたいな感じでさ、名前だけ出されてもさ、何が増えてんのって感じなんだよね。なんかちょいちょい来てんな。99来てない？名前か。お前はね、やりそうだな。必殺技を使うまでもないか。この程度か。あとバランス格差がちょっとありすぎるかな。強さのなんかバランスがね、ちょっとね、不安定は不安定だよね。で、ここは何？これだけ？でもこんなもんかい？これで終了かい？で、まだこいつがここにいるってことは話せってことかな。
He didn't even seem to remember me. I've given my life to finding and killing Rasanon, and he probably didn't even understand why. But now the quest is ended here at home. I want you to have everything of mine as a reward, and to help me forget the many years of tragedy that led me to this end. Now go. I need rest. I deserve rest. These old halls have been held too long by the Bolgan. Castle Gestir has been left a ruin. Once this war is over, we will rebuild. My days of blades and battles are behind me. With the aid of people like you, I shall rebuild the Kaled coast. The name Gestir will mean something again. Goodbye.
なんだろう、なんか取りつかれてたのかな、この人。疲れ切ってたような感じだったね。でもこの人なんかここで座っちゃってるの大丈夫なの？まだなんかあるんじゃないのかい？
It's good to see you again. It gets somewhat lonely up here.
いやー、でもなんか別にマークはついてるけどそのまんまだね。クエストとして終わってないの？アンシラの鍵を手に入れる。
It's good to see you again. It gets somewhat lonely up
here. スローとしてんだけどな。いやー、すれないな。やっと出てきたと思ったらそうか、目の前に敵いるのか。とりあえず次の場所に行きましょうか。先にでもこれちゃちゃっとやっつけちゃおうか。 はい、これほんと出口やめてって感じ。でだ。とりあえずここに行きましょう。少しは話の展開が変わるかな。
My word, Connie is back at Sea-Watch. Soon all our ears will be buzzing with her disjointed prattle. How I missed it. Do you like what I've managed to do in your absence? Removing the rubble was a chore, but everything is possible with patience. Our next best course of action is to pursue Sea-Watch's old healer, the soldier Aryan Odai. He's a brave soul, one who enlisted in the army soon after the war began. Always one to fight for justice, Aryan joined the war effort in an attempt to win back our homeland. They say he's a sergeant now. It's well deserved. Farewell.
で、これクエスト何かが変わった？探すにはなってるか。さて次はここだね。これで話が変わるかな。クエストが違うからちょっと期待は低いかね。
Twice decorated officer and now civilian escort. I guess you could say that I'm really working my way up the chain of command. Sea-Watch? Are you trying to rebuild that old ruin? If you're serious about this, then I would leap at the chance to be involved. But I cannot just abandon my post, not with my men depending on me. If you can find a replacement for me, then perhaps I can come with you. Perhaps... There is a young Alfar by the name of Private Cornall in the camp south of here. I have watched him for some time, and he would make a fine officer. Not far. He is often standing guard outside the small encampment south of here, near the gate to Castle Gastier. I was hand-picked by Lord Ancilla himself. He saw something in me before even I did. I spent my childhood with his family, apprenticing under an old healer named Glynis. When the Bolgan attacked, I was able to slip out in the confusion, but I'll never forgive myself for leaving the others behind. I honor them by fighting back. No one has called me by my given name in years. I'm just Sergeant now. Been that way for a long while. I used to be a healer, but lost my gifts when the war came. Something about all the carnage, the death, it bled the magic right out of me. So I took up a sword. That was all I could do. We all need to carry our own weight in this tragedy, and mine is to fight. Oh, I never should have ended up here. My family's ship was tossed into the cliffs during a storm, and I was the only survivor. The Ancillas saved me. They raised me as one of their own. I may not be native to these lands, but they are the closest thing I've ever had to a home. I have allowed 2 citizens to travel within my unit, which I probably should not do. But I have a weakness for those in need. Guess it comes from my past as a healer. Oh, Brune the Bard is not so bad. I actually knew him as a kid, if you can believe that. He's a little excitable, but harmless. I cannot say the same about Alof, the hunter. Strange sort, that one. He insists on staying outside our camp. Says we stand in the way of his quarry. To each his own. Goodbye.
まあ更新しただけだよな。この先か。どっちが近い？なんか発注者また増えてんな。うわ、これはでも下からの方が早そうだね。で、この先なんか儀式みてえのやってね。大丈夫？あ、立ってるだけ？
Hey, what are you doing out here? Kaled Coast isn't a good place for a stroll, not at all. Do I know you? You have that look. Familiar. I fought with Captain Gastier at Melsenshire. Maybe we spent a few skirmishes together. I can't remember everything that happened. Can you? And you are talking to me? The sergeant is a legend. Not just anyone can fill those boots, friend. Well, even if I agreed with you, that doesn't make it right. There is protocol in the army, rules and regulations. I can't just promote myself, and neither can you. Sorry, this will not work. I don't know what to tell you. There are plenty of qualified soldiers. I am just not one of them. I have fought in a number of campaigns, and without me the unit would have surely been killed in Cursewood. Fine. If it is the wish of Sergeant Odai, then I will relieve him of command. I appreciate your vote of confidence. Sometimes one opinion can make all the difference. We've been making good time through Cluricon. Mel Senshir was the dam, and now the river is out of control. We'll be in Alabastra soon enough. That place is sharp stone, a wall. The only way we can get a force past the House of Pride and into Alabastra is to topple Ancilla. But not even the heir to that place can get inside. I heard rumors that an advanced team had been sent in to secure it, but rumors are rumors, right? If you are interested in sharing a bed with a Bolgan, you will want to take a stroll over to Gastir. The place is as red as they come, crammed with our big one-eyed friends. It's the last bastion in Cluricon, where we expected the Tuatha to form a stiff resistance. That hasn't happened. The castles have been overrun, but that's about it. It's been pretty quiet, actually. I've spent most of my time keeping my sword sharp and hoping to spot the southern lights. They are a magical phenomenon that occur only in the Caelid coast. Some in the Scholia Arcana believe the lights were created by Lord Gastir's personal mage, Braxis. The story claims that after the fall of Gastir, Braxis enchanted the royal fortunes, hiding them in a spell that only the most persistent adventurer would uncover. If you believe in such rot. I cannot lie, though. The lights are gorgeous. You can see them after dark, if you stand over by the old Gastir shrine on the cliffs. Don't go too far.
さあ、また更新だね。こっちだね。
So you have spoken to Cornall? Then it's done. Good. Cornall is a fine soldier, one of the few who knows how to hold on to honor when everything comes apart. Under his command, these men here will be fine. Relief will be here soon, and with it a fresh group of officers from Mel Senshir. Come, it is time to head to Sea-Watch. They were desperate enough to need an old, wasted healer like me. I've been in about 7 years now. Saw action in Fire Trench, and during the long siege. We're supposed to be marching into the Caelid coast after Captains Trav and Canwen, but reinforcements have yet to arrive. Goodbye.
グッバイってなったけど、なんだこれはまだ続いてるよね。
Let me be the first to tell you how pleased I am to see Arian Odai out and about. What a fine Alpha. There are few finer. Of course, I don't do bad work either, if I may say so. Did you see the improvements? Progress is being made all over the castle. Only one member of the staff remains to be found. Normally, I would not encourage his return, but we need a merchant. He is called Astor Corleane, and he is dreadful. Rumor has it that he's prowling the spoils at Mel Senshir, the scruffy little scavenger. The little carrion bird is likely hovering over a pile of bodies somewhere. The last I heard, he was picking through what was left of Mel Senshir. Goodbye.
で、次は話をまた聞きに行けと。なるほど、そういうことですか。アストコリアン。アストコリアンのどこにいんだ。ああ、こっちか。この反対側にいる。どこいた。
Hey there. Bad scene, isn't it? Real bloody. A massacre out there. Call me Astor. Astor Colliane. General merchant by trade. Not that there's much business going on around Melsenshire. This place is a morgue. Is this a jest? Sea-Watch, that old ruin? Ha! You'd sooner find me picking loot off the dead. Actually, now that I think of it, that's not a bad idea. Let me consider your offer. At Sea-Watch, I'd have private access to the sea and a protected perch. Fine, I will do it. But first, you must get something for me. Private Edstar possesses a prize that I desire, a dagger belonging to one of the Tuatha generals who fell in battle. It would fetch a fine price. Bring it to me. You can find Freedy in the tavern or around town. Worst soldier I've ever seen. She's in it for the loot. Then again, so am I. Did you try the gutter? Or in a puddle of her own vomit? Tell you what, try the tavern, though she'll eventually wind up in one of those other two. Private merchant and enterprising individual, that's me. Astor Colliane. Competitive prices on competitive merchandise. Wait, you don't mean you wanted to know about me personally, did you? Not a chance. Good Alfar, the Ancillars. A stock worth investing in if you're asking me as a businessman, that is. I liked the old lord, and his offspring weren't so bad either. As good a place as any to run your business. It's got a roof against weather, 4 walls to keep out the trouble, and the sheets, well, they're softer than most. Ancilla hired me back when his people were in a bidding war against Gastir. I got him everything he needed, fast, cheap, and without anyone ever knowing about it. Later then.
で、まだ続く。おお、この先。どこだ？いた。
Furia is smiling upon us now. Yeah, what is it? Wait, I know you. Ah, I see. Kill any Niskaru lords lately? Guess I'm supposed to buy you a drink now, aren't I? Sure did. I've refused 4 offers for it, broken the nose of a guy who tried to steal it, and turned down one proposal of marriage. That dagger's mine. Suddenly, this old city is full of wealthy lords and ladies. Fine, I'll take your gold, but only because it's much more than I think this trinket is really worth. I'm not doing this for the glory. Glory's worthless when you're dead. I'm doing this because someone has to. And if not me, then who? Oh, I come from a long line of soldiers. We don't know anything else. I'd pay good gold to see anyone in my family bake a loaf of bread or read a book. Thought we were doomed, didn't you? You and everybody else. But nobody accounted for the hero of Melsenshire.
これであれなのかな？話がやっと落ち着くのかい？
Ah, very good. Very good indeed. If you weren't so busy slaying Niskaru lords, you would probably make an adequate thief. I'd say stick to the slaying, though. I'll go back to Sea-Watch with you. But if that Burn Elgar starts to get on my nerves, I'm gone. That one is a wart on a Bolgan's ass. Later, then.
さあ、これでいけるのか。どうなんでしょう。まだここって全部、全然探索してない場所だな。一応仲間呼んどくか。
My liege, it is done. The last of the staff has returned, and Sea-Watch has been reborn. Might I say that I have lived a long time and attended to many of noble birth and honorable disposition, but none compares to you. None at all. The castle is yours to rule as you see fit, my liege, and as always, your humble staff is at your service. Goodbye.
で、次はこれでやっとあれか。終わったのか。なるほど。で、こん中ってまあ一応見といた方がいいけど、まあいっか。結構長い時間録画しちゃったんで、区切りも良さそうなので、今回はここまでということで、よかったらまた次回も見に来てください。チャンネル登録、そして良ければいいねボタンの方もぜひよろしくお願いします。なんか結構ここからいっぱいイベント、クエスト発注された感じになっちゃったね。というわけで、それじゃあまた会おうね。